Welcome back to American Adventure, where we dive deep into the fascinating behind-the-scenes stories of global superstars, power players, and the world's most influential figures. Today we begin an extraordinary journey into the life of Ivanka Trump, a name that echoes with wealth, power, and undeniable glamour. With a reported net worth of $800 million, Ivanka has built a life that seems straight out of a dream. Million-dollar mansions, luxury cars, and a social status few could ever imagine. But how did she get here, and what truly lies beneath her glittering lifestyle? Stay with us as we uncover the roots of her success, her image of luxury, and the story of a woman born into one of the most recognizable families in America. This is not just about money, this is about legacy. Let's begin. Ivana Marie Ivanka Trump was born on October 30th, 1981, right in the heart of Manhattan, New York City. She was the second child of real estate tycoon Donald Trump and his first wife, Ivana Trump, a glamorous Czech-born former model. From the moment she was born, Ivanka's life was shaped by two powerful forces, privilege and public attention. Nicknamed Ivanka, the Slavic diminutive of her mother's name, she was raised under the spotlight as the Trump dynasty grew throughout the booming 80s and early 90s. Her childhood took a dramatic turn in 1990 when her parents' high-profile divorce made headlines across America. She was only 9 years old. Growing up, she shared her childhood with her brothers Donald Jr. and Eric, and later connected with half-siblings Tiffany Trump and Barron Trump from her father's subsequent marriages. Ivanka's education mirrored the wealth and ambition of her family. She started at the prestigious Chapin School in Christchurch in Manhattan before transferring at age 15 to Choate Rosemary Hall, an elite boarding school in Connecticut. It was during these formative teenage years that Ivanka first dipped her toes into the fashion world. Despite a demanding academic schedule, she pursued modeling on weekends and school breaks, never during the academic year, as her mother once clarified. At age 15, she landed a cover shoot for 17 magazine's May 1997 issue in a feature highlighting celebrity mothers and daughters. She soon modeled for major fashion brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Thierry Mugler, and Versace, a glimpse into the luxury life that would later define her public persona. After graduating from Choate in 2000, Ivanka initially enrolled at Georgetown University before transferring to her father's alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania. There, she earned her degree in economics and graduated cum laude in 2004. Her impressive academic record hinted at the sharp business instincts that she would later bring into the Trump organization and into building her own entrepreneurial empire. Ivanka wasn't just born into power, she learned how to wield it. Ivanka Trump's personal life once again made headlines when she converted to Judaism before marrying real estate developer Jared Kushner in 2009. This decision marked a historic moment in American history. When her father took office in 2017, Ivanka became the first Jewish member of a sitting U.S. president's immediate family. For years, Ivanka Trump has been a household name. Her reputation reaches far beyond the walls of Trump Tower. She has built a diverse portfolio spanning fashion, media, business, and publishing. A testament to her relentless drive and adaptability, her career path began in the realm of entertainment, but gradually evolved into a unique blend of entrepreneurship and political influence. It was a deliberate fusion of celebrity appeal and corporate ambition. Ivanka stepped into television through her father's hit reality show, The Apprentice. In its 5th season, she replaced executive Carolyn Kepscher for 5 episodes, beginning with a task involving Gillette products. Her presence wasn't just a fill-in, she added real value, visiting task locations, interacting with contestants, and offering sharp, thoughtful feedback. By season 6, she had become a full-time boardroom judge, solidifying her presence as a calm and calculated businesswoman under pressure. She also appeared on Celebrity Apprentice, reinforcing her poised on-screen persona. But Ivanka was no stranger to the spotlight. At just 15, she co-hosted the 1997 Miss Teen USA pageant, a competition partly owned by her father at the time. She later made guest appearances on fashion reality shows like Project Runway and Project Runway All-Stars, where her fashion expertise earned her a guest judge role. In 2010, Ivanka and Jared Kushner even made a brief cameo, as themselves, in the hit TV series Gossip Girl, hinting at their real-life status within New York's elite. Their appearance was subtle, but symbolic. Ivanka's fashion roots ran deeper than television. As a boarding school student, she began modeling on weekends and holidays, a strict rule enforced by her mother, Ivana. Despite her limited time, she quickly gained traction in the fashion world. She appeared in campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger, Thierry Mugler, and Versace, and graced the pages of L'Officiel, Vogue, Teen Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Marie Claire. She walked the runway and posed for covers of 17, Forbes Life, Golf Digest, Town & Country, Shape, and Stuff. In 2007 and 2008, Vanity Fair named her among the world's best dressed, solidifying her image as a modern style icon. She didn't just wear fashion, she embodied it. Ivanka later transitioned from fashion to authorship. In 2009, she published her first book, The Trump Card, Playing to Win and Work in Life, co-written with ghostwriter Daniel Paisner. The book blended personal stories with business advice, a glimpse into life as both a Trump and a driven woman. And by 2017, her influence would extend far beyond the runway and the boardroom, reaching all the way into the West Wing. But that chapter, the most controversial one yet, is still to come. Ivanka Trump's second book, Women Who Work, Rewriting the Rules for Success, took a more structured approach to female empowerment in the workplace, blending her own experiences with insights from renowned thought leaders like Adam Grant, Simon Sinek, and Stephen Covey. Ivanka aimed to redefine success for modern women. Though the book received mixed reviews, Ivanka used it as a platform to champion women's empowerment. She donated $200,000 in royalties to nonprofits such as the National Urban League and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. She even allocated half of her book's advance to fund a women's entrepreneurship center at the National Urban League in Baltimore, a charitable gesture aligned with the book's mission. The book was also part of a larger Women Who Work campaign aiming to redefine how women are seen and supported in the modern workforce. While the campaign drew both praise and criticism, it reflected Ivanka's efforts to merge brand, business, and social advocacy. From judging boardroom battles on reality TV to standing up for women in the workplace, her journey shows a woman navigating fame with purpose. Ivanka Trump's career continues to reflect her multifaceted identity, part heiress, part executive, and part cultural figure. Having grown up under constant public scrutiny, she has built not only a name, but a vast fortune through real estate, fashion, television, publishing, and brand licensing. One of the most fascinating aspects of her lifestyle is the sheer luxury of the home she owns. From high-end Manhattan residences to sprawling waterfront estates in Florida, Ivanka has lived in some of the most elegant and exclusive properties in America. These homes aren't just places to live. They are reflections of status, refined taste, and a carefully curated public image. A closer look at her real estate choices reveals a lifestyle as meticulously crafted as her brand. In December 2020, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner made headlines again when they quietly purchased a $30 million plot of undeveloped land on the ultra-private Indian Creek Island in Miami. This wasn't just any transaction. It was a statement, a billionaire's retreat. Indian Creek is one of the most secretive and secure residential communities in America, if not the world. The land was sold to Ivanka by none other than Latin music icon Julio Iglesias, who had combined multiple lots to form a pristine 1.8-acre blank canvas overlooking Biscayne Bay. For Ivanka and Jared, this wasn't just a new address. It was a lifestyle upgrade, a return to luxury, exclusivity, and high society, far from the political storms of Washington, D.C. Access to Indian Creek is so restricted that even approved visitors cannot exit their vehicles anywhere except the destination's exact security checkpoint. With only around 40 full-time residents, the island employs a 14-member private police force. This ultra-security has drawn A-list homeowners such as Beyoncé and Jay-Z, billionaire hedge funder Eddie Lampert, NFL legend Don Shula, and supermodel Adriana Lima. Ivanka and Jared's move signaled not just a relocation, but a bold re-entry into the upper echelons of American wealth and influence. And then there's Surfside. Just north of Miami Beach, Ivanka Trump's luxury waterfront condo continues to turn heads. With an estimated listing price of up to $18 million, it's not just a home, it's a lifestyle statement. Valued at a staggering $8 million, this seductive residence blends luxury, privacy, and elite-level amenities in one of South Florida's most coveted enclaves. Spanning over 7,000 square feet, this tri-level penthouse feels less like an apartment and more like a private mansion in the sky. Surrounding the residence is a breathtaking wraparound terrace that offers sweeping ocean views, a private pool, and even a carefully manicured lawn. Rare luxuries for any high-rise. This outdoor haven provides the Trump-Kushner family with ample space to relax, entertain, or simply bask in Florida's endless sunshine. Housed within an exclusive building known as Arte, this residence is part of a development that has become a magnet for ultra-wealthy buyers. Sleek modern architecture and an unwavering commitment to privacy have attracted celebrities, tech moguls, and the global elite. With only 16 units in the entire building, each residence enjoys the luxury of a private elevator, amplifying the sense of seclusion and grandeur. But it doesn't stop there. Residents of Arte have access to world-class amenities, including a rooftop tennis court with panoramic ocean views, a state-of-the-art fitness center, full concierge service, and 24/7 security. Ivanka and Jared's unit is particularly unique thanks to its spacious layout, exclusive lawn, and private pool, features virtually unheard of in a high-rise, especially for a high-profile family blending politics, business, and ultra-luxury living. This home became their peaceful retreat in the post-White House chapter, a sanctuary away from Washington's chaos. Real estate insiders suggest that this listing isn't just another property sale. It's a deliberate move in Ivanka Trump's evolving lifestyle brand. Priced at $18.8 million, the home reflects not only exclusivity, but also the Trump-Kushner aura of elite living. Beyond real estate, Ivanka's taste in luxury extends to her impressive car collection, an elegant fleet blending modern sophistication with power and practicality. One of the newest additions to her garage is the 25 Genesis GV80, a premium SUV that fuses sleek design with luxurious comfort. Packed with advanced tech and an ultra-quiet ride, it's a top choice among executives and celebrities, perfectly suiting Ivanka's refined yet practical persona. Another highlight is the 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe, an imposing yet elegant, full-size SUV. With spacious interiors and strong lines, the Tahoe fits Ivanka's family-focused lifestyle and provides the security, power, and space needed for both daily errands and extended road trips. The 2025 Chevrolet Suburban takes comfort even further, offering 3 rows of seating and vast storage capacity, making it a go-to choice for celebrity families. Its majestic road presence and discreet profile make it ideal for both family outings and high-security events. Rounding out her collection is the 2019 GMC Yukon SLT, a reliable luxury SUV that balances bold design with everyday utility. Features like leather seats, a powerful engine, and advanced safety systems make it a practical, yet luxurious ride. Ivanka Trump's car collection is as layered as her public persona, practical yet elegant, luxurious but understated. Her GMC Yukon fits this duality perfectly. While less flashy than newer models, the Yukon is respected for its rugged silhouette and quiet class. It's not about drawing attention, but about commanding quiet respect. Though most of her fleet includes full-size SUVs, the 2017 Chevrolet Impala stands out, a sleek, smooth sedan that offers comfort and a more discreet presence on the road. It's the kind of car chosen for solo outings or high-stakes meetings where subtlety matters more than stature. The oldest car in her collection, a 2004 GMC Envoy. It harks back to a time when utility reigned. It lacks modern bells and whistles, but it speaks to a functional past, maybe even nostalgia. Whether it's for running quiet errands or simply a keepsake of a different era, the Envoy adds texture to her lineup. From elegant sedans to powerful SUVs, Ivanka's car collection mirrors her life, pragmatic yet prestigious. Each vehicle serves a distinct purpose, whether for family travel, solo tasks, or high-security events. But which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. But Ivanka's career wasn't just about cars or couture, it was about breaking expectations. With a degree from the prestigious Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, she stepped into the business world with a name that opened doors, but a mindset determined to earn respect. Her early career began at Forest City Ratner, a real estate company in New York, where she gained hands-on experience before joining the Trump Organization. There, she rose to become Executive Vice President of Development and Acquisitions, leading large-scale property projects both in the U.S. and abroad. Among her most high-profile successes was the transformation of Washington, D.C.'s historic old post office into the luxurious Trump International Hotel. Under Ivanka's leadership, the $200 million project went from a crumbling landmark to a crown jewel, completed and opened in 2016. She also played a key role in acquiring and revamping the iconic Doral Resort in Miami, transforming the 700-room complex into a world-class luxury destination. But Ivanka's ambitions didn't stop at real estate. She stepped into fashion with a clear mission: create stylish, functional products for modern working women. Her fashion brand, launched in 2007, included clothing, handbags, shoes, and accessories that landed in department stores like Macy's and Hudson's Bay. By 2010, it had become a rising force, earning the Launch of the Year award from Footwear News, followed by the Breakthrough Award from the Accessories Council in 2015, presented by legendary designer Carolina Herrera. She even entered the fine jewelry market through a partnership with Dynamic Diamond Corp, launching a diamond and gold line in Manhattan. Later moved to Soho, her store attracted celebrities like Jennifer Lopez and Rihanna, who were spotted wearing her pieces in magazines. But success came with scrutiny. As Ivanka served as both a paid advisor and an informal employee at the Trump Organization while moving into politics, she faced investigations around financial disclosures. In July 2018, she officially shut down her fashion brand to focus on public service. Internationally, Ivanka made her mark in 2017 by partnering with the World Bank to launch a global fund supporting female entrepreneurs. Yet even her philanthropic ventures face controversy. She filed for 36 trademarks in China between March and July 2016, several of which were approved shortly after President Trump's inauguration. Critics questioned the timing, especially as approvals coincided with a state visit by Chinese President Xi Jinping. Chinese authorities insisted approvals were handled fairly, but labor concerns also emerged. In 2017, 3 labor activists investigating a factory producing shoes for various U.S. brands, including Ivanka's, were arrested. Around the same time, major retailers like Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom stopped carrying her products, citing declining sales. Others soon followed. Though her business chapter has closed, Ivanka Trump left a lasting imprint in both real estate and fashion. Her name once adorned luxury hotels and department store shelves alike. Now it represents a broader transformation, from entrepreneur to political figure, navigating the tangled web of power, image, and global influence. Ivanka Trump's complex personal identity and evolving public persona first came into focus through her past ties with prominent Democratic politicians. Her transformation into a prominent Republican figure became clearer during her father's time in the White House. Back in 2007, she attracted attention for donating $1,000 to then-Senator Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, an action that hinted at her more liberal leanings at the time. And it wasn't an isolated gesture. In 2013, Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, hosted a fundraiser for Democrat Cory Booker, raising over $40,000 for his U.S. Senate run. Yet Ivanka also publicly supported Republican candidate Mitt Romney in 2012, showing a willingness to cross party lines. In her own words at the 2016 Republican National Convention, she declared, "Like many millennials, I do not consider myself categorically Republican or Democrat. But by 2018, Ivanka had officially switched her New York voter registration from Democrat to Republican, a clear political realignment during her father's presidency. Her political voice grew louder as she took on the role of senior advisor in the White House, aligning herself with her father's platform and eventually embracing the pro-life movement and calling herself a proud Trump Republican. Ivanka's influence extended beyond policy. She helped shape how the Trump administration communicated with younger, socially conscious voters. Outside politics, Ivanka immersed herself in philanthropy. She once served on the board of the Donald J. Trump Foundation, which was dissolved following legal investigations into alleged misuse of funds. As part of a 2019 settlement, she and her brothers were required to complete mandatory training on charitable organization management. Despite the controversy, Ivanka continued to champion causes in her own way, including co-founding the Girl Up campaign with the United Nations Foundation in 2010. That campaign focused on empowering young girls around the globe. In 2014, Ivanka launched IvankaTrump.com and the Women Who Work initiative to inspire and equip modern working women. Blending lifestyle advice with career development, these platforms positioned Ivanka as a spokesperson for women's empowerment in the workplace. She eventually took her philanthropic reach global. In March 22, she partnered with faith-based nonprofits like City Serve, City of Destiny, and Mercy Chefs to deliver 1 million meals to Ukrainian families affected by war. Later that year, she provided generators to Ukrainian churches and coordinated with health leaders to send 5 aircraft filled with the medical supplies. Her efforts were publicly endorsed by high-profile figures, including the First Lady of Poland and Poland's ambassador to the United Nations. Ivanka's deep connection to Jewish charitable groups was also notable, influenced by her conversion to Judaism after marrying Jared Kushner. She supported organizations like Chai Lifeline, which aids children with cancer, and United Hatzalah, an Israeli emergency response group. The Trump Emergency Fund was said to have contributed significantly to these efforts, often in coordination with Ivanka. Ivanka also made a point to donate part of the advance from her book, Women Who Work, to nonprofits like the National Urban League and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. This decision came shortly after she became a White House advisor, helping her avoid potential conflicts of interest while reaffirming her public commitment to social impact. The couple traded political press briefings for paddleboards and oceanfront serenity, turning their focus toward family life and personal happiness. In a surprising chapter of this transformation, Ivanka took up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu alongside Jared and their children. She trained under the prestigious Valente brothers in Miami, a renowned martial arts family known for coaching a discreet but elite clientele. This move marked a clear shift toward wellness, discipline, and balance, traits reflecting Ivanka's continued evolution from a fashion heiress into a devoted mother and lifestyle icon. Before she became a prominent businesswoman and senior advisor in the White House, Ivanka Trump had lived a quieter, more personal journey of love, one that underscored the complex interplay between ambition, privilege, and family expectation. During her college years at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, Ivanka maintained a nearly 4-year relationship with investment banker Greg Hirsch. Their relationship, while stable and formative, ended when Ivanka graduated and delved deeper into her family's real estate empire. From 2001 to 2005, she dated James Bingo Gubelman, a fixture in New York's social elite, known for appearances in documentaries about privileged youth and lavish lifestyles. Their romance garnered moderate media attention at the time, fueled in part by their mutual fame and well-known family names. But it was in 2000 that Ivanka's most defining relationship began, when she met real estate developer Jared Kushner through mutual friends. Their chemistry was instant, 2 heirs to powerful real estate dynasties, equally ambitious and poised for legacy. Yet their love was not without obstacles. In 2008, the couple briefly split over cultural and religious differences, particularly the opposition from Kushner's Orthodox Jewish parents. But love ultimately prevailed. Ivanka converted to Judaism, and in October 2009, the couple married in a traditional Jewish ceremony, a milestone moment both personally and spiritually for Ivanka. Together, Ivanka and Jared built a family centered on faith, tradition, and intentional privacy. They now have 3 children, a daughter born in July 2011, followed by 2 sons in October 2013 and March 2016. Though Ivanka occasionally offers glimpses into their home life, she's been candid about the emotional challenges she faced postpartum. In a revealing interview with Dr. Oz, Ivanka disclosed that she suffered from postpartum depression after each of her 3 births. This rare admission showed a vulnerable, deeply human side to a woman often portrayed as composed and unshakable. Ivanka's personal life, from her college romances to marriage and motherhood, traces a path of transformation. It's a delicate blend of traditional values and modern ambition, public scrutiny and private resilience. It's a story still unfolding, one chapter at a time. Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed this intimate journey into Ivanka's glamorous yet complex lifestyle, from real estate empires to her impressive car collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more celebrity net worths, mansions, and luxurious lifestyles, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Meet Ivanka Trump, the embodiment of elegance and power. With a jaw-dropping $25 million art collection, a fleet of 4 luxury cars including a classic Mercedes 220 SE Ponton, and a $31.8 million estate, her life is an exquisite blend of mystery and opulence. This iconic woman has secured her place as one of the most captivating figures in modern history. Today, we invite you to step inside her extraordinary world. From teenage model to global symbol, Ivanka Trump's transformation from a stylish teen model to a powerhouse businesswoman and influential political figure is a story carved by ambition, intellect, and sheer resilience. Born on October 30th, 1981, the daughter of Donald Trump and his first wife, Ivana Trump, Ivanka was raised in the public eye, bearing the immense weight of a family legacy, and doing so with unwavering grace. From her early education at the prestigious Chapin School in Manhattan, to her graduation from the renowned Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania in 2004, Ivanka's academic and professional path was paved with excellence. These milestones would set the stage for her rise to prominence in the world of business and influence. Her teenage foray into modeling revealed another dimension of her persona, gracing the covers of elite magazines like Forbes, Harper's Bazaar, and Top Choice. She turned heads with her poise and presence. At just 15, she was strutting down luxury runways and even co-hosted the Miss Teen USA pageant in 1997, captivating audiences with her charm and confidence. Yet modeling was just the beginning. After earning her economics degree, Ivanka joined the Trump Organization at the age of 24. It didn't take long for her to prove herself as a formidable force in the business world. Her leadership earned her international recognition, including being named to Fortune's 40 Under 40 and Forbes' list of the world's 100 most powerful women. Ivanka's influence, however, extends far beyond the boardroom. She became a household name through her appearances on her father's hit television show, The Apprentice, where her poise and business acumen impressed millions. Her image, sharp, graceful, and driven, became a defining symbol of the modern American heiress. Ivanka's rise as a cultural icon was further solidified through her appearances on hit television shows like The Apprentice. In 2006, she captivated audiences once again by joining major talk shows such as The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and The Late Show with David Letterman. Her guest judge appearance on Project Runway showcased her charisma and sense of style, reinforcing her presence as a rising entertainment figure. Her voice reached even farther through her best-selling books. In 2009, the Trump card gave readers an intimate look into her personal philosophy and professional strategies. Then in 2017, she followed up with Women Who Work, a compelling manifesto that empowered women to strike a balance between career success and personal dreams. Through her words, Ivanka inspired countless women to chase ambition without sacrificing grace. In 2007, Ivanka expanded her empire into the world of fashion by launching a fine jewelry line in collaboration with Dynamic Diamond Corporation. Featuring exquisite gold and diamond pieces, her brand quickly found a place in upscale boutiques across North America. She later debuted her own shoe and apparel lines, redefining modern elegance through designs that blended sophistication with practicality. Always the face of her brand, Ivanka remained deeply involved in marketing and even modeled her own collections. Her commitment to authenticity gave the brand a distinct voice in the crowded fashion market. By 2017, Ivanka had cemented her role not just as a fashion and business icon, but also as a major cultural and political figure. Named one of Forbes' 20 most powerful women in the world, she stepped into the role of senior advisor to her father, President Donald Trump, where she played a key part in women's empowerment and economic independence initiatives. Her impact was recognized globally when the World Economic Forum named her a young global leader, a testament to her growing influence on the international stage. So take a moment, pour yourself a favorite cup of tea or coffee, and immerse yourself in this remarkable journey with us. Because what comes next will reveal how Ivanka Trump quietly shaped American politics from behind the scenes. In 2015, Ivanka played a crucial role in encouraging her father, Donald Trump, to run for the U.S. presidency. Her unwavering support didn't stop there. After his victory in the 2016 election, she made a bold move, stepping away from her personal business ventures and relocating from New York to Washington, D.C., alongside her husband, Jared Kushner. Though she wasn't officially vice president, a role her father reportedly once considered offering her, Ivanka became one of the most influential voices in his administration. She was instrumental in advancing major policy initiatives and emerged as a trusted advisor and confidant to the president. Representing the administration on key global issues and attending high-level international events, Ivanka Trump helped secure millions in development deals and foreign aid. Donald Trump often expressed immense pride in his daughter, calling her smart, captivating, and deeply admirable. Her presence in Washington wasn't just about loyalty, it was a testament to her ability to navigate power, diplomacy, and global influence. Beyond politics, Ivanka embodied compassion. Her philanthropic efforts included meaningful support for the New York City Police Foundation and Cookies for Kids Cancer, a nonprofit dedicated to pediatric cancer research. These acts of giving reflected her deep commitment to balancing a life in the public eye with purpose and service. The love life of Ivanka Trump has always intrigued the public, but it was her relationship with Jared Kushner, a charming billionaire, that truly captured both headlines and hearts. Donald Trump, known for being fiercely protective, famously joked that no suitor could win Ivanka's hand without his approval. "She's stunning, and most importantly, she's my daughter," Trump would quip with a grin. Ivanka herself admitted that introducing boyfriends to her father was no easy feat. She once joked on Late Night with Conan O'Brien in 2007 that her dad could be a little intimidating before meeting Jared. Before meeting Jared, Ivanka's dating life was equally high profile. From strolling the streets of Manhattan with an investment banker to being linked to a Hollywood film producer. Her dating history reflected a vibrant social life, but her views on relationships were always clear. "I don't care what field they're in, I just want someone confident and successful in their own way," she once said in an interview in late 2007. Everything changed when Ivanka met Jared Kushner, born January 10, 1981, into a wealthy Jewish family in New Jersey. A successful real estate mogul and media publisher, Jared shared Ivanka's ambition and values, forging a powerful bond. To marry him, Ivanka converted to Judaism, a deeply personal gesture of devotion. Their wedding, held on October 25, 2009, at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, was a lavish celebration attended by 500 guests, including A-listers like Natalie Portman and Rupert Murdoch. Donald Trump beamed with pride, calling them a smart, beautiful couple and predicting a brilliant future together. Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump's accomplished husband, embodies the rare fusion of business genius and political clout. A Harvard graduate with an MBA from NYU, Jared was already making waves in real estate while still a student, generating over $20 million in profits and using half of it at just 25 to purchase the New York Observer, a prominent real estate-focused publication. Under his leadership, the newspaper's monthly readership skyrocketed to over 6 million by 2007 when he modernized its operations. He solidified his status as a real estate tycoon by orchestrating the record-breaking $1.8 billion purchase of 666 Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. As CEO of Kushner Companies, founded by his father Charles Kushner, Jared spearheaded real estate deals exceeding $7 billion in New York City alone. By 2016, he had helped expand the family empire while amassing a personal net worth of around $200 million. His uncanny ability to navigate high-stakes negotiations and expand the family empire made him one of the most respected figures in real estate. But Jared's influence soon extended far beyond business. When his father-in-law, Donald Trump, ran for president in 2016, Jared entered the world of politics with quiet force. Although Jared Kushner held no official title at first, he quickly became one of Donald Trump's most trusted advisors and strategic architects. From behind the scenes, Jared helped shape the Trump campaign with precision and diplomacy. He strengthened ties with influential Jewish leaders, crafted key speeches, and worked tirelessly to manage the administration's turbulent relationship with the media, often using his platform at the New York Observer to steer narratives. During the heat of controversies, especially those involving anti-Semitic accusations, Jared was a shield for the Trump family. He even acted as a peacemaker between Trump and top figures in media powerhouses like Fox News. His influence, though quiet, was undeniable. Even after Donald Trump took office, Jared's role didn't diminish. Both he and Ivanka became unpaid senior advisors in the White House, juggling the weight of public service with the scrutiny of their private business interest. Reports later revealed that in 2017 alone, the couple earned a combined $83 million from various ventures. Ivanka retained her stake in the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., which generated more than $13 million while she was part of the administration. Meanwhile, Jared launched Kushner BVI Limited, a company based in the British Virgin Islands, managing assets like the Park Avenue property worth over $25 million. If you're enjoying this video, leave us a heart in the comments. And if not, tell us with a 0. Your feedback helps us grow. Ivanka Trump's elegant persona extended far beyond politics. Her refined taste in art, luxury cars, and elite real estate solidified her image as a connoisseur of life's most exquisite offerings. Her passion for the arts was reflected in her private collection, valued at over $25 million, which included a black and white silkscreen by Nate Lomond worth $665,000 and a vibrant piece by Dan Colin valued at $578,000 back in 2012. These masterpieces were carefully curated to harmonize with the interiors of her lavish homes. When it comes to automobiles, Ivanka's garage is equally extravagant. She owns 4 luxury vehicles: a Ram, a GMC Yukon, a Chevrolet Suburban, and her beloved vintage Mercedes 220 SE Ponton from the 1950s, estimated at $200,000. Her car collection speaks to a dual love of heritage and performance. Ivanka's real estate portfolio, too, mirrors a life of extraordinary privilege. Raised in multi-million-dollar mansions, she bought her first apartment for $1.1 million at just 19 years old. After marrying Jared, they upgraded to a $3.2 million duplex in Manhattan. During Donald Trump's presidency, the couple purchased a stunning $5.5 million home in Washington, D.C., before ultimately settling in Florida's ultra-exclusive Indian Creek Island, a billionaire's enclave. In late 2020, Ivanka and Jared sealed the deal on a $31 million waterfront property there, a bold declaration of wealth and status. The $8 million plot on Indian Creek was only the beginning. Soon after, Ivanka and Jared acquired a $24 million waterfront mansion just a few blocks away. This 6-bedroom estate spans over 7,900 square feet and is a breathtaking blend of classic French neoclassical architecture and tropical luxury. With its arched windows and panoramic water views, it sits on a spacious 5,000 square meter lot. Inside, the mansion boasts a grand foyer, a private gym, and expansive entertainment areas, each bathed in a refined palette of whites and warm browns that reflect Ivanka's signature taste. Indian Creek Island, known as the Billionaire's Bunker, is one of the most exclusive enclaves in the United States. With only 34 homes and 42 residents, the island is home to some of the world's wealthiest and most influential figures. In this rarefied sanctuary, Ivanka Trump's life embodies modern American aristocracy, where power, privacy, and sophistication intertwine. Her passion for investment mirrors her deep aesthetic sensibility, reinforcing her position in the highest echelons of society. To Ivanka Trump, fashion is far more than a personal indulgence. It's a refined language she uses to convey professionalism, femininity, and timeless elegance, qualities that defined her public image during her time in Washington and beyond. Whether seated in high-level policy meetings or offering glimpses into her daily life on Instagram, Ivanka consistently radiates her mantra of graceful sophistication. During her years in Washington, D.C., her wardrobe was a curated collection of tailored pencil dresses and sleek silhouettes, often paired with understated accessories. In 2010, she made headlines wearing a chic black and white knit dress from Escada, a brand long associated with refined European luxury. That particular design sold out rapidly, yet typical Escada pieces often range from $700 to over $1,000, underscoring Ivanka's impeccable taste. Her love for high-end labels like Oscar de la Renta, Gucci, and Burberry is evident in her sartorial choices. One of her standout pieces includes a white Oscar de la Renta dress with delicate blue floral embroidery, valued between $2,800 and $12,990. Another favorite, a bold red Gucci ensemble priced at over $2,200. Each piece in her wardrobe speaks volumes about her unwavering commitment to elegance. In 2020, she captivated attention in a polka dot Burberry dress worth $11,990, proving that her style remains flawless across every occasion. Ivanka Trump's fashion evolution took on a fresh and vibrant tone after her departure from the White House. No longer bound by the constraints of political protocol, her style began to reflect a more relaxed yet still striking chapter of her life. In 2022, she re-emerged on social media donning colorful and joyful outfits. By September of that year, in 2022, Ivanka stepped into the spotlight wearing a chic, sleeveless brown crop top paired elegantly with a high-waisted white skirt, a simple but striking ensemble that marked her fresh take on personal style. Just a month later, she celebrated her birthday in a stunning black and blue floral mini dress by Alexander McQueen. Initially priced at $700, the dress was later spotted at a discounted $460 on various Italian retail sites, yet it didn't lessen the aura of high fashion that Ivanka effortlessly radiated. By 2023, her wardrobe took on an even bolder dimension. At the Formula One Miami Grand Prix in May, she turned heads in a body-hugging, multicolored dress by Emilio Pucci, arguably being one of her most daring looks to date. Though the exact design wasn't listed online, similar pieces from the brand retailed for around $1,220, making it clear she was not shying away from statement fashion. Later that same month, she toned things down with a minimalist yet refined look, a crisp two-piece white ensemble featuring a linen blouse and flowing maxi skirt. By December, Ivanka brought glamour to the grand opening of the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, where she wore a floor-length black gown by Monique L'Huillier with a plunging neckline and impeccable detailing, a piece retailing at a jaw-dropping $3,500. And just as the world was adjusting to her elevated fashion language, she stunned once more in early 2024 during a pre-wedding event for the Ambani family in India. Dressed in a custom ivory lehenga designed by the legendary Manish Malhotra, Ivanka shimmered in a masterpiece adorned with pearls, crystals, and intricate beading. This one-of-a-kind ensemble had no price tag. Its value was in the cultural bridge it represented, seamlessly blending modern elegance with traditional Indian craftsmanship. Yet beyond the high-gloss wardrobe and social appearances, Ivanka's lifestyle reveals a deeper layer of intentionality. Following the birth of her second child, she embraced a balanced approach to health and wellness, adopting a nutrient-rich diet focused on whole grains, healthy fats, and protein-packed meals. Her mornings typically begin with lemon water and berries, followed by a jog, and lunches often include grilled chicken or salmon paired with fresh salads. Post-White House, Ivanka Trump's life is a glamorous fusion of bold fashion statements and a quiet commitment to health and reinvention, all while remaining loyal to her signature elegance. And behind the dazzling wardrobe and glowing complexion lies her most important role, that of a devoted mother. Raising 3 children, Ivanka is fiercely dedicated to instilling strong educational values and a deep sense of tradition. Her firstborn, Arabella Rose Kushner, was born on July 17, 2011, and quickly captured public attention during Donald Trump's presidency. From reciting Chinese poetry to charming global audiences with her poise, Arabella has been a graceful presence beside her mother. Ivanka Trump's parenting journey is not just a reflection of discipline, elegance, and affluence. It's a legacy in motion. From her daughter Arabella reciting Chinese poetry and singing odes to President Xi Jinping at a diplomatic event, a moment that stunned both American and international audiences, to naming her sons with deep generational meaning, Ivanka weaves family heritage into every detail. Her second child, Joseph Frederick Kushner, born on October 14, 2013, bears the name Joseph as a tribute to Jared Kushner's lineage, while Frederick honors Ivanka's Trump family roots. Their youngest, Theodore James Kushner, affectionately nicknamed Theo, was born on March 27, 2016. Ivanka proudly shared that Theo's hobbies include playing the piano, soccer, solving Rubik's Cubes, and studying both Hebrew and Mandarin, all pointing to the broad global education she deeply values for her children. Growing up in a household grounded in strong traditions passed down by her parents, former President Donald Trump and Ivana Trump, Ivanka now channels that same foundation into how she and Jared raise their children. Structure and consistency define their parenting. One shining example? Their unwavering commitment to Shabbat dinner every Friday evening, 25 hours completely unplugged from technology, reserved solely for family connection. From Friday to Saturday, Ivanka has said, we do nothing but spend time together. No phones, no distractions. Even everyday routines in the Trump-Kushner household that are imbued with purpose. Mornings begin with thoughtfully prepared breakfasts like green yogurt with berries or oatmeal sprinkled with nuts, nourishing both body and mind. Ivanka instills in her children not only healthy habits, but also an attitude of gratitude and emotional mindfulness. I feel great today, and I hope this video brings you the same joy and positive energy, she once remarked, capturing the spirit of her balanced, intentional life. Balancing motherhood with ambition, Ivanka Trump has become a modern symbol of poised resilience. Despite the demands of her high-profile career, family remains her anchor. In her 2017 book, Women Who Work, Ivanka candidly shared her strategies for juggling professional and parental responsibilities. One cornerstone of her daily life? Always leaving the office before 6 o'clock p.m. to dedicate her evenings to her children, cooking dinner, reading books, and simply playing on the floor. Whether it's spending 20 uninterrupted minutes building block towers with Joseph or reading 2 books nightly to Arabella, Ivanka fiercely guards this quality time as sacred and non-negotiable. Arabella, Ivanka's eldest, shares her mother's love for literature. Ivanka often takes her to the library and encourages her creativity, sometimes letting Arabella color in blueprints of high-rise buildings. Their special bond even extends to weekly lunch dates at a local cafe where they laugh, chat, and dream together. Moments that embody the heart of Ivanka Trump's quietly powerful motherhood. The restaurant where Arabella often ordered salmon with vegetables became more than just a place for meals. It became a space where Ivanka nourished not only creativity, but also instilled values like respect and discipline. Rather than giving in to every wish, Ivanka believed in teaching her children what was best for them in the long run, even if it meant choosing the harder path in the short term. As a mother, she often compared parenting to managing a team, emphasizing that leading by example was essential. You can't teach respect and gratitude, she once wrote, if you don't say please and thank you yourself. By closely observing each of her children, Ivanka tailored her parenting approach to suit their unique personalities. Her thoughtful motherhood philosophy could be seen in her heartfelt notes and reflections on each child. She frequently spoke about the pride of balancing motherhood with her professional life, often saying, I feel incredibly lucky to have a job I'm passionate about. But at the end of the day, my family is the center of my universe. This unwavering commitment to her children, combined with her belief in nurturing independence and resilience, painted the portrait of a mother both deeply loving and purpose-driven. But as Ivanka poured her heart into motherhood, another chapter of her life began to unravel. One far more complicated. After Donald Trump was elected President of the United States on November 8, 2016, Ivanka's fashion brand suddenly found itself in the national spotlight. The Trump family's meteoric rise to global prominence blurred the lines between glamour and scandal, thrusting Ivanka into a controversial limelight. Her brand, once praised for its modern elegance and working woman appeal, became the center of political debate. Matters intensified in February 2017 when Kellyanne Conway, one of Trump's top advisors, enthusiastically promoted Ivanka's products during a live television interview from the White House. Her endorsement sparked widespread ethical criticism, raising questions about the relationship between political influence and private business. The Trump family is not just any political family. They are perhaps the most famous and controversial political dynasty in the modern world. From the glossy pages of tabloids to the front lines of global politics, the Trump name is everywhere. And standing gracefully at the heart of that empire is Ivanka Trump, the poised, polished, an ever-smiling daughter whom many have called the princess of the Trump dynasty. Behind the flawless public image lies a woman who has worked relentlessly to shape her life, her brand, and her legacy. Whether she's speaking at global summits or celebrating her children's birthdays, Ivanka has carefully curated every detail. In 2009, she married Jared Kushner, a wealthy real estate heir with deep political ties, and their union seemed to merge two powerful American dynasties. Since then, the couple has welcomed 3 children, Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore, whose lives Ivanka frequently shares in perfectly posed Instagram snapshots. To the outside world, they may look like any other adorable school-aged children, but when your grandfather is the President of the United States and your parents are among the most powerful people in Washington, childhood takes on a different meaning. These children weren't just growing up in a fancy New York apartment. They were raised with Secret Service protection, private tutors, and bedtime stories in the halls of the White House. "I think he's ready," Ivanka once whispered with confidence, watching her husband Jared step boldly into the political spotlight during the Trump administration. Ivanka's own journey began much earlier. Born on October 30th, 1981, as Ivana Marie Trump, she was the first child of Donald Trump and his first wife, Ivana Trump, a glamorous, strong-willed former model from what was then Czechoslovakia. Growing up in the spotlight, Ivanka quickly learned how to carry herself with confidence and charm. She attended elite schools, mingled with celebrities, and graced magazine covers even before she graduated college. In her early 20s, she followed her mother's footsteps into the fashion world as a model, but soon shifted focus to business, a world where her father's shadow loomed large. In 2005, Ivanka met Jared Kushner through mutual friends. The two instantly connected over shared values: ambition, family, legacy, and their relationship blossomed quickly. But not everyone was on board. In 2008, the couple briefly broke up due to Jared's parents' objections, a painful period that Ivanka rarely speaks about. Love, however, had its own plans. The two reunited and, in a nod to Jared's heritage, Ivanka converted to Judaism before they wed. On October 25, 2009, they married in a lavish ceremony steeped in Jewish tradition, surrounded by power brokers, celebrities, and the looming gaze of the press. They have 3 children, a daughter named Arabella Rose, born in July 2011, and 2 sons, Joseph Frederick, born in October 2013, and Theodore James in March 2016. Today they are 9, 7, and 4 years old, respectively. Ivanka's daughter, Arabella, was named after 2 of Jared's grandmothers. Meanwhile, their son, Joseph Frederick, carries the names of both his great-grandfathers. These weren't just names, they were symbols of legacy and remembrance. In an emotional interview on the Dr. Oz show, Ivanka revealed that she had experienced postpartum depression after each of her pregnancies, a reality that many parents across the country silently endure. Before marrying Jared at Madrid, Ivanka made a life-altering decision. She converted from Presbyterian Christianity to Orthodox Judaism. The reason? Jared's parents, Charlie and Sarah Kushner, refused to even meet her unless she shared their faith. But instead of resisting, Ivanka leaned into the challenge. Charlie reportedly made the conversion process deliberately rigorous. And yet, Ivanka succeeded. She not only won over the Kushners, but gained their blessing in the most personal way possible, through faith. Raised in a tightly knit, deeply religious household, Jared's Orthodox Jewish values remained central in their married life. And Ivanka, now Yael Kushner, fully embraced them. She told Vogue that Sabbath observance became a cornerstone of their family's rhythm. From Friday night to Saturday night, we do nothing but hang out with one another. No phones. The couple switches off their phones for 25 hours, from sundown Friday to nightfall Saturday, spending uninterrupted time with their children. To People magazine, Ivanka shared, "We work very hard during the week, and the weekends are strictly for reconnecting as a family. It's very rare that we make plans for Saturday or Sunday. We're just together." On Twitter, she once wrote, "Every weekend, I cook Friday night dinner for my family." In that small gesture, the act of preparing a Shabbat meal, Ivanka Trump, once the glamorous daughter of a billionaire mogul, now lives as Yael Kushner, a devout wife and mother navigating motherhood, marriage, and meaning with discipline and heart. At first, Ivanka didn't know how to cook, but practice makes perfect. She told People magazine that she's now a pro at desserts, thanks to Arabella's sweet tooth. Mornings for Ivanka are sacred family time. Her husband and children begin the day together, sharing breakfast before heading in different directions. According to Ivanka, this simple ritual is the most important part of my morning. To make it all happen, she wakes up at 5:30 a.m. every day, allowing time to prepare herself and exercise before waking the kids at 7 a.m. At breakfast, the kids get just two choices: Greek yogurt or oatmeal with various toppings. Ivanka believes limiting their options prevents decision fatigue, a term cited by the New York Times to describe how too many decisions can overwhelm the brain and make even small choices difficult. By narrowing breakfast to two simple meals, Ivanka frees her children's mental energy for more important choices throughout the day. Whether she applies this approach elsewhere in her parenting isn't fully known, but it reflects the methodical structure of her household. The Kushner family also embraces a unique birthday tradition: cooking and eating noodles at home. This custom, drawn from Chinese culture, symbolizes longevity, as long noodles represent long life. The family has shown deep appreciation for Chinese traditions. Their eldest daughter, Arabella Kushner, along with her two younger brothers, has been actively learning Mandarin from their Chinese nanny. In fact, back in 2017, when Arabella was just 6, she became an unexpected symbol of diplomacy, helping promote cultural relations between the United States and China through her language skills and adorable performances. And during President Trump's official state visit to China, Arabella became a symbol of cultural diplomacy. She recited classic Chinese poetry and sang a Mandarin song for President Xi Jinping and his wife during the Lunar New Year celebration. Ivanka proudly shared a video of Arabella singing in Mandarin, playing with a traditional Chinese toy, Sengyuari, alongside her brother. The clip quickly went viral across Chinese social media. People were deeply touched by her effort and sincerity, and Arabella gained a devoted fan base in China. Entire online pages were created in her honor. Outside of their home life, all 3 children attend elementary school, just like their father once did. Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore are enrolled in private Jewish schools in Washington, D.C. They studied at the Milton Gottesman Jewish Day School, where annual tuition during the pandemic reached $28,400 per student. Like many students during that time, they began the school year with remote learning before returning to campus. The family marked the back-to-school season with joyful photos of fresh muffins on Instagram, a sweet and wholesome tradition. Long before Ivanka and Jared became senior advisors to President Donald Trump, their children were already living in luxury. The family resided in New York City, surrounded by privilege, security, and access to elite education and social circles. Yet despite the spotlight and expectations, Ivanka made it a point to maintain a sense of grounded normalcy for her children. In New York, the family once lived in a lavish $16 million apartment. But when Donald Trump won the presidency, their world shifted. Ivanka, Jared, and their children moved to Washington, D.C., settling into a stately 6-bedroom home worth $5.5 million, just 2 blocks away from the Obamas' post-White House residence. Despite the transition from Manhattan to the capital, the children adapted remarkably well to the change in scenery. They quickly found joy in everyday activities like apple picking, ice skating, and carefree playtime in the neighborhood. Ivanka has always believed that the best childhood memories are made outdoors, away from screens and artificial distractions. She actively encourages her children to play outside and explore nature. Her Instagram is filled with wholesome snapshots, the kids skiing in snowy hills, planting vegetables in the family garden, or laughing at a local. Gardening and cooking are cherished family rituals. It's not unusual to see photos of little Joseph proudly harvesting greens or Arabella helping to bake muffins. These small grounding moments have helped the children stay connected, even while growing up in one of the most scrutinized political families in the world. Still, parenting 3 young children was no walk in the park for Ivanka and Jared. They faced real challenges adapting to their new roles while balancing careers and life in the political spotlight. At first, Ivanka was adamant about raising her kids in New York, a city full of museums, parks, and endless stimulation. But Washington became their unexpected home due to their roles in her father's administration. And now, with the Trump presidency behind them, the question remains, will the Kushners return to New York? It's very possible, but no matter where they live, one thing is certain. The children's formative years have been anything but ordinary. All three Kushner kids, Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore, were born before Donald Trump became president. The youngest, Theodore, was born in March 2016, just months before his grandfather would be elected to the highest office in the land. At first, Ivanka didn't know how to cook, but practice makes perfect. She told people that now she specialized in desserts because of Arabella's sweet tooth. Breakfast is a sacred family time for Ivanka. Her husband and kids all begin the day together as a family and chat over breakfast before heading their separate ways. This, she says, is the most important part of her morning. To make that possible, Ivanka wakes up at 5:30 a.m. every day so she can get ready and work out before waking the kids at 7 a.m. At breakfast, her kids have only two choices: Greek yogurt or oatmeal with various toppings. This is intentional. Offering only two options helps avoid decision fatigue. According to the New York Times, when people make too many decisions early in the day, they eventually struggle with even simple choices. Ivanka limits her children's breakfast options so they can save their mental energy for more important decisions. Whether she sticks to that routine consistently is unclear. One birthday tradition in the Kushner household is that each family member makes and eats their own bowl of noodles. It's a Chinese custom. Long noodles symbolize long life. The family holds Chinese culture close to heart. Their eldest daughter, Arabella Kushner, along with her brothers, actively learns Mandarin from their Chinese nanny. In 2017, 6-year-old Arabella helped build cultural diplomacy between the U.S. and China during Donald Trump's official visit to Beijing. During the visit, Arabella recited classic Chinese poetry and sang a New Year's song for the Chinese president and his wife. Ivanka posted a video of Arabella celebrating Lunar New Year in Mandarin, playing with a traditional Chinese toy alongside her brothers. The video quickly went viral in China. Viewers found her effort heartwarming, and she gained a large following. Entire fan pages were dedicated to Arabella. When they're not at home, all three children attend elementary school, just like their father once did. Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore are enrolled in a private Jewish day school in Washington, D.C., called Milton Gottesman Jewish Day School. Tuition at the time of the pandemic was around $28,400 per school year. The children started their school year online before eventually returning in person. The family celebrated back-to-school season with delicious-looking muffins posted on Instagram. The Kushner kids have always lived in luxury. Before Ivanka and Jared became top advisors to President Trump, they lived in New York City. Their Manhattan apartment was worth $16 million. Later in Washington, D.C., they settled into a 6-bedroom, $5.5 million home just 2 blocks from the Obamas. The kids adjusted to the move quickly by engaging in everyday activities: apple picking, ice skating, and playing outdoors. Ivanka believes childhood memories are made outside, and she encourages her kids to play actively. She often posts photos of them skiing, sledding, gardening, or simply playing on the playground. Gardening and cooking are favorite family pastimes. Joseph, in particular, enjoys planting. But life wasn't always smooth sailing for Ivanka and Jared. Adapting to life with 3 young children was a challenge. Ivanka originally hoped to raise her kids in New York City, where they'd have access to museums and activities. But her family's political involvement anchored them in Washington. Once Trump's presidency ended, the family considered returning to New York. All of the Kushner children were born before their grandfather became president. Theodore, the youngest, was born in March 2016. But Trump's 2016 campaign meant many of Theodore's early milestones happened in prestigious places, like when he was filmed crawling for the first time on the White House floor, encouraged by his mom and sister. The children frequently visited the White House, turning it into their unofficial playground. They celebrated holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas there, often surrounded by the extended Trump family. Sometimes Ivanka even brought the kids to work. They were often photographed together, always looking picture perfect. But that's largely due to careful planning. In her book, Women Who Work, Ivanka reveals that her time with her children is scheduled down to the minute. She sets dates with Arabella at the library and reads 2 books with her daily. She feeds baby Theodore 2 to 3 bottles and puts him to bed each night. Joseph, who loves cars, has his own quality time with her. These photos might seem candid, but Ivanka's discipline shapes everything. Now we understand better. But there are still moments when her kids' true personalities break through. After all, they're still just children. In one rare, candid moment caught on camera, Theodore and Joseph didn't behave quite so perfectly. As the family was disembarking Air Force One, the 2 younger boys rushed toward the exit. But due to protocol, the Secret Service blocked them. One of the boys even bit an agent's arm, hoping to be released. That brief moment reminded the world, behind the luxury and control, they're still just kids. Capturing the playful nature of her 2 little boys, it's clear they were unaware of the political dealings surrounding their family, but had already grown used to a life of private jets and Secret Service security. There's no doubt Ivanka loves all 3 of her children deeply, but it's also evident that she shares a unique closeness with her daughter, Arabella. Nothing quite compares to the bond between a mother and daughter, and in Ivanka and Arabella's case, it's unmistakable. There are noticeably more photos of Ivanka with Arabella, and one memorable instance is when Ivanka took Arabella to the Supreme Court for a hearing so her 7-year-old daughter could learn about the justice system firsthand. Even at just 2 years old, Ivanka made it a weekly ritual to take Arabella out for lunch, telling people, "That's the most important lunch of my week." Beyond Mandarin lessons, Arabella lived in a carefully crafted world filled with creativity. She took private art lessons, and at home, a piano was placed beside the wine rack where she practiced daily. She also showed a strong interest in dance, particularly ballet. As for her sons, Ivanka shared that Jared was incredibly devoted to them. Ivanka and Jared were no strangers to power and responsibility. They both worked relentlessly, yet made efforts to stay grounded as a family. Ivanka told New York Magazine, "I'm happy for him when he's working late. I know that feeling when you're deep in emails, and it's actually satisfying." In Vogue, Jared humorously said, "Ivanka is definitely the CEO of our household. I'm just on the board of directors." Describing your family life in corporate terms may sound strange, but for Ivanka and Jared, business was in their blood. They lived and breathed it. Sometimes they simply couldn't stop working, even on date nights. "My husband's idea of a date night somehow always involves me touring one of his development sites," Ivanka told Vogue. She recalled, "I found myself standing on the roof of a Whole Foods in Gowanus in the pouring rain at midnight while he excitedly pointed out the new property he had just acquired. I was like, oh, so this is why you chose that restaurant for dinner." Even with all their business ventures, Ivanka always tried. However, in order to spend meaningful time with her children, Ivanka tends to run her household like a well-oiled corporation, complete with scheduled play dates, curated learning activities, and intentional bonding moments meant to enrich her children's minds and emotional growth. It's as if every hour has purpose, every moment measured, and yet somehow it doesn't feel robotic. It feels intentional. Motherhood in Ivanka's world is a strategic mission. While her father continues to dominate headlines and provoke controversy with his bold political rhetoric, Ivanka has miraculously managed to remain relatively untarnished. Because she understands the power of image, and she has crafted her own. The image of a calm, devoted mother, a businesswoman who prioritizes bedtime stories just as much as boardroom decisions. Whenever Donald Trump becomes the center of media storms, Ivanka never takes the bait. She doesn't engage. No interviews, no defensive statements, just carefully chosen photos of Arabella laughing or Theodore curled up in her lap. She reminds the world not who her father is, but who she is and who she wants to raise her children to be. The result? A family that looks, at first glance, flawless, picture perfect. But the truth is, nothing is ever perfect. Ivanka and Jared are simply raising their children in the image of how they themselves were raised. Disciplined, structured, and surrounded by opportunity. But now with a more global and modern perspective. Even during their tenure at the White House, the couple never allowed family life to fall to the wayside. Weekends were reserved for the kids. Social media posts made sure everyone knew that. It was a modern political fairy tale, curated down to every Instagram caption. So let me ask you, are you surprised? Have you ever given your child two options for breakfast just to avoid decision fatigue? Have you ever scheduled in playtime with military precision just to make sure your child grows up optimized? Is this modern parenting or elite engineering? And more importantly, could Ivanka Trump's children be the future of American power? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you see a first daughter or a future first lady? This is the story behind the smiles, the ballet recitals, and the polished social media posts. It's the making of America's next generation, behind closed doors and under the golden lights of Palm Beach and Manhattan. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to American Adventure, because this journey into power, privilege, and legacy is only just beginning. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner may look like a picture-perfect power couple, straight out of the glossy pages of a high-fashion magazine. But behind the curated smiles and choreographed appearances, there are subtle cracks that raise more questions than answers. Some even speculate that the golden couple might be quietly drifting apart. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's rewind to the very beginning. Surprisingly, their fairy tale started with a rejection. In his memoir, Breaking History, Jared Kushner reveals something unexpected. He actually broke up with Ivanka early in their relationship. The reason? Religion. Jared had been raised in a modern Orthodox Jewish household, deeply rooted in traditions and expectations. Ivanka, on the other hand, was brought up Presbyterian. To Jared's family, that wasn't just a difference, it was a divide, a red line, and his parents made it very clear. They wanted him to marry within the faith. As hard and painful as it was, Jared wrote, I broke up with her. And Ivanka, she wasn't having it. According to him, she shot back, telling him, this is the worst decision you'll ever make. In hindsight, maybe she was right, because not only did they get back together, but Ivanka made a deeply personal choice. She converted to Judaism. Not for public approval, not for the cameras, but seemingly for love. I usually don't talk about this in public, Ivanka once admitted, but my father was very supportive. Still, even with Donald Trump's blessing, things weren't exactly smooth sailing. Jared later shared that although his future father-in-law had no issue with Ivanka's conversion, he had secretly envisioned someone else for his daughter, Tom Brady. Yes, that Tom Brady. Ivanka later joked, I'm his daughter, not a prototype, referring to her father's bold matchmaking ideas. Of course, she added, there are moments when I disagree with him. Their family dynamics, just like their marriage, are complicated, and beneath the polished image, they are filled with tension.